In this video, I'm going to be giving some examples and some demos of some AI workflow automation that can be built with N8N. N8N is a new workflow automation platform, one of the leaders in able to incorporate AI into workflows. And I just want to give you some examples of what I've already built very quickly, maybe help you get some ideas of what might be useful in your situation or just better understand the capabilities of what AI-based workflow automation is all about. So with that, let me share my screen and we'll get right into it. So you can see we are in the N8N website, and I'm going to take you over to the first workflow that I built. Very simple. It took about only 10 or 15 minutes. But what this is doing is it's going to um, schedule maybe every week or so to go out and poll the NASA website to get solar flare data from NASA. And then if that solar flare is large enough, I'm going to send the information to an AI agent that I've configured and set up, and it's going to draft a press release for me all about this solar flare. Everything else is just going to be put into a little log file that I can go back and check later. But this is giving an example of being able to really get information from anywhere in the world, process it with AI, and do something really important, like generating a press release or following up with a customer or supporting internal employees, what have you. So let me show you how easy this works. I'm going to test this workflow, and it's going to run through quickly. Go to NASA, grab the data. It's already processing it by the with the AI agent, and just that quickly, we've got a press release drafted up. So, what does that look like? Let me go back over to my drafts folder. Right now, there isn't anything in it, but it's coming. Click here. Okay, so I've got the draft has appeared. This could be ready to be sent out, and you can see it says for immediate release, a significant solar flare reported, X6.8 class flare. Information came from NASA. The sunspot region that it originated from, uh, what some context is. In Europe, air traffic control systems reported temporary radar outages. GPS services reported minor but noticeable disruptions. SpaceX Starlink satellites switched to safe mode. So you can see there's a lot of detailed context that was also pulled in from around the internet that this very nicely formatted press release is ready to convey. Um, if this was a real working system, this could go out automatically, but here I could just put it into my drafts folder and decide who I'm going to send it to. So it's that easy. I can go back into the workflow and show you a little bit about maybe you can click into these nodes. You can see at every step of the way what kind of information is coming in and what kind of information was being generated by that NASA um, query. So you can see it's got a bunch of data here, like submission time and a link for more information and the class of the solar flare and when it peaked. And so we're getting about 14 different solar flares, one of which was large enough to generate that press release. But this helps you develop your workflows, being able to drill down into nodes and seeing what data is being handled through the workflow. So with that, let me go out and let's go to um, another workflow that I created. This one is much more complicated. I started with a bit of a template that was created for me, but this does advanced stock analysis using both technical and trends analysis to determine whether a stock is a good buy or not, and make a recommendation just like a stock analyst would. There's a couple of different sources of information that we're pulling from that we have access to. basically chart data for individual stocks and some research reports from other research analysts to kind of gauge the momentum. So what this is going to do, and I'll just run through this really quickly. I'm going to test the workflow, and this should bring up a query form that says, what stock are you interested in? So for this demo, I'm going to say NVIDIA, and I'm going to send this to myself and submit that. So what this is doing is it's running through the AI agent, and it's going out to these two different tools for collecting other technical data about the stock, the charts, and analyzing the charts and figuring out what all the buy and sell signals are, and then going out and polling other analysts and seeing what their recommendations and momentum is around this stock. It is generating a bunch of text here that is going to go into a report. We're then going to refine that text and format it into HTML. So I've got a nice looking, well formatted report in an expected format, and then I'm going to email it to whoever I specified in that query. So it has completed, and it says it has generated the email message. So let's go see what that looks like. I'm going to go back out to my email. This time I'm going to look at my inbox. I'm going to get rid of the solar flare data. Um, check on new, and there it is. I've got a new stock analysis from today. Uh, says await confirmation above some resistance level. Um, I've got the technical analysis chart. I can see that it is trending higher, but it's not peaked above recent highs. Um, and it's got information about Bollinger Bands and Fibonacci levels and support levels. The market sentiment appears to be mostly neutral to somewhat positive. A bunch of influential articles from Motley Fool, Benzinga, other sources, all in the last day or so. So incredible. And then where this NVIDIA is showing up about news and manufacturing sectors and so on. So an incredibly quick 1 minute summary of this stock from my workflow analysis. And you could embed that query mechanism on any website, or it could be triggered by a Gmail request, any kinds of things like that. But a lot going on here, but you can see the full scope of a powerful service that can be delivered to customers um, via N8N automation. The last one I'm going to show you, at least in this little clip, is one of the coolest, and that is um, generating YouTube video summaries in text. So what I'm doing is I've cooked this up to Telegram, which is a online messaging tool, if you're not familiar. We validate that this is a valid URL that has been entered, and if it's valid, then it's going to go transcribe the video, get all the text from it, and then put it into OpenAI and generate a short summary, which will then be sent back um, to the requester. So let's see an example of this. I just happen to have uh, a video of one of the 49ers analysts projecting what their roster is going to look like this fall. So all I'm going to do is take a copy of that YouTube video URL, and I'm going to go into Telegram. And in Telegram, I'm going to just paste that URL in. This is actually a 16-minute video, and you can see how quickly this is going to come back. It's going to come back in about a minute, maybe less, with a summary of what was discussed. And there you go. So you've got key roster projections, special teams, three specialists, the long snapper, punter, and kicker. Quarterbacks, looks like we're going to take three. Brock Purdy, of course, Matt Jones, and Tanner Mordecai. Series of running backs, wide receivers. So if I don't have much time, I can just skim through this very quickly and don't have to sit through the 16-minute video. My experience with an hour or two long video, again, it comes back in under a minute and gives you a very nice synopsis of very technical or newsworthy kinds of interviews. So those are three cool demos um, generated very quickly with N8N, showing you how you can integrate AI into the workflow to assist with your processing of information and delivery out to anybody you'd like, customers, employees, friends, family, what have you. So with that, let me pause and we'll come back with some more videos after a quick break. Okay, we're back, and I wanted to go through another couple of quick demos. Suggestion came in that we could try a longer YouTube video to generate a summary for, which certainly worth doing. I just happened to notice that today came out a brand new interview with Geoffrey Hinton, who's the godfather of AI, and he has a lot of interesting thoughts here about the future of AI and why it's potentially got some problems, and but its potential to advance healthcare, boost productivity, and transform education. So we don't have an hour and a half to listen to this, so I'm just going to grab again this YouTube video URL, jump over into Telegram, and punch that in. And like I said, it takes about a minute for 60 to 90-minute video to come back with some results, but there it is already. So here's your video summary in this extensive interview with Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, his pioneering work in neural networks, current urgent concerns around artificial intelligence, particularly superintelligence. Anyway, I'll let you pause the video if you want to read um, more of that interview summary, but pretty fun. And if you don't believe this works as well as it appears to be, I encourage you, if you have a Telegram account or you want to sign up for a new one, it's free. Just search for this channel, which I created, AI generated YouTube videos with the ChatGPT logo, and you could punch in your own YouTube videos and try it out yourself. So give that a go. Let me know. Okay, let's look at another demo. And I believe this is a really important foundational type of automation workflow that's going to be used in most every business. This is called RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. So this is using AI to provide information and analysis of your own company documents, any data that you've got in terms of product specifications, engineering manuals, contracts, accounting information. You're going to feed this into a company AI-oriented database, and then we're going to be able to query all of those company documents for whatever workflow we need. We might need to interface with customers. We might need to provide support information to people. We might have sales opportunities that need customized information from the company products out to the customers via email and so on. Again, it's almost unimaginable what the possibilities are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this works in the real world. We are going to generate a brand new document. In this case, I want to do something that is relatively technical and has a lot of details in it that we can ask about. So generate a new user manual for an imaginary camera system that supports Nikon lenses and um, is a DSLR for weddings and astrophotography. And we'll see what ChatGPT generates. Again, we're just using ChatGPT to generate this manual for us because I want to show you they're not using any canned data. So we've got a table of contents, an introduction, some key features. This is the Starlight NX700 user manual. I think this will take about another 30 seconds to finish up. And this looks like it's going to be a great amount of detail for us to deal with. Some troubleshooting items, specifications. Okay, this is a great manual, just short enough. I'm going to copy that information and I'm going to jump over into my Google Drive folder and I'm going to create a brand new Google Doc. I'm going to agree to share that and I'm going to paste that manual into my Google Doc. Got some little heading information there from ChatGPT we don't need. So I'm going to eliminate that and call this the Starlight NX700 user manual. That should be saved. We refresh the Google Drive. You can see it picks up the new manual, and now we can go back out to our workflow. So this workflow is going to be triggered by the new file. It's going to download it, and it's going to find out what kind of file type it was. In this case, it's a Google Doc, so it's just going to extract the text from it and feed it into our AI, or what's called a vector database, and then handle the files that it's created and move it into a processed folder. So let's see how that works. Let's test the workflow. You can see it running through the text file extraction. This use of AI here in the workflow is optimizing the document into a format that's going to be easily retrieved by us in the future. So it's just kind of taking this unstructured text data and organizing it a little better, getting it ready for what's called this vector database down here, the Pinecone vector database. First, it's going to do a little bit of file cleanup. Now it's inserting it into the Pinecone vector store. So that document is now available for us to query in a separate system. I have enabled a Telegram chat, just like we did for the YouTube videos, that we can ask questions about that user manual. What was the name of the Starlight NX700 again? Okay, very good. So I can say, what are the features of the Starlight NX700? So it's retrieving that information from the database we just uploaded into with that manual. Okay, so it pulled all the specifications out of that document. I didn't get a good look at the document, so I'm just going to ask some random questions. Hopefully it knows how to, um, hopefully that information is in the manual. How many autofocus modes are there on this Starlight camera? Starlight camera features 3 autofocus modes. Single point continuous AF mod. So you can see this would be a great interface to put on a website for customers to inquire about products, or it could be used in a support mode, what have you. But it's easily retrieved through, I mean, this is a Telegram interface, but any other way of communicating with somebody could be used here through a chat message or an email application, whatever you want. really doesn't matter. It's just a matter of looking with the endpoints in the workflow. So another uh, interesting use of this, let me go back and show you. So it was fairly straightforward to get the text out of the Google Doc. It's more interesting or complex to send a PDF to this workflow because a PDF has got a bunch of images embedded in it, and it's a little bit harder to extract the text. Um, so what I'm going to do is show you how we would do that. Um, if we update this drive, you see that the document we just uploaded was processed and moved away. But I happen to have here in my file folder a user manual that's in PDF format from a Snap Pro Z30 camera, which I had already created. So let me load that into the Google Docs store. Go back out to our workflow, and this time you're going to see it take the lower branch here in the middle when I test that out. And it's determined it is in fact a PDF file. So it's sending it to this online service, Mistral, which is a optical character recognition system. So it's scanning the PDF image of that document, extracting the text, giving it to an AI agent to kind of consolidate it before turning it over to this database pre-formatting AI agent. And it's running through that manual, getting it ready, and we'll soon begin to clean up those files that it's been working on. And then it will push it into the Pinecone Vector store. And that workflow has executed successfully on that. So let's go back out to Telegram and say, uh, what are the features of it was called the Snap Pro NX30. Snap Pro NX30 has all these features. Um, and you could maybe ask, what are the autofocus modes of the Snap Pro? Okay, it's got 3 autofocus modes as well. So again, new document, different format, doesn't care. In theory, we could um, augment these formats that it does support with spreadsheets and virtually any other format document you want to. Spreadsheets are a little bit different because the data is structured. So you may have a kind of a hybrid system that retains a lot of the structure of the spreadsheet, but we can also support PowerPoint files and Google Sheets and lots of other things that are very image oriented, including pure images like JPEG files and so on. So again, the sky is the limit here. This is the way to get all of your company knowledge base into an AI system ready to be queried by anybody or to be used in a larger workflow that could be further automated. So hope that gives you some ideas and raises the bar a little bit on what can be done with an AI system in a business process or workflow kind of environment.